I'll add a maneuver, but basically just because I want to set an alarm. There. So that way, I can actually go back to Minmus and do a time warp here and not have to worry about missing when I gotta go and take over my space bus again. Not a great gamer. Pone, thanks for the resub. Alright, fast forward. So we got 2 days before the space bus has to be interacted with again. But yeah, we have to wait all the way around here. And do you actually have a connection? Where is... There we go. So you must have a connection here. Boom, 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 boom. It's a cute little base. I like this one. Transmit science. 249 units of tech. Takes a while to send. Have you ever landed a space plane on the moon? No. That would be interesting. I mean, obviously it can't plane on the moon. Battle Hunter! Your inclination is 96 degrees. Oh, did I overkill it? Maybe. Or was it 86? Is that a typo? I'll take a look at it, Battle Hunter. And yeah, you're right. If we're close to 90 degrees, it makes it easier to get into the polar region. It'd be awesome to actually land on the polar region. We could try to do that. We have enough Delta V to radically change our stuff. We might be able to specifically try to land on the pole at that. That might be a little harder. Maybe the South Pole, though. Yeah, even then. Well, no, maybe. All right, transmission complete. Quick save. And... you. Switch to. All right. Let's cancel you. And cancel you. Quick save before we do a big warp. So, yeah, landing on the North Pole isn't possible. Yay, more gravity scans. How do we manage the South Pole? Well, with the amount of Delta V we have, there's actually quite a few little options. I guess one of the things I should have done is burn prograde over here, raise my parry again, come back around here, and then start to burn retro here, dropping our Apo the whole way. Which we should have tons of Delta V to actually accomplish. We could still try. And at this point I might be stretching the limits of exactly how much Delta V I've got. But we should still, I mean, well, we're going to kick up the Apo a lot, but we should also affect the parry pretty effectively. So just bring it just over 70k. Like that. That didn't use much fuel at all. So then... Way! Gamergeisen! Coffee? Shouldn't you be switching to Scotch already? Listen, a little early even for me. We'll see. When we get to the multiplayer component, maybe there'll be something. We'll see how it goes. Alright. Warp to here. I mean, no matter what, we're going to pass over the poles. That's pretty good. But let's see if we can land at the South Pole. I like how the debris is just chasing us over here. Going over the North Pole. See how this looks. Bam. That is pretty. Don't usually get shots from up here. There you go. Screenshot all the things. Okay. So, my plan is to do something like this. Right around maybe here, we're going to go heavy retro burn. Oh, no, because I'm reading the wrong stat. I'm like, hold on, why is it saying my parry is still so high? Because it's still, like in my little pop-up here, because it's still showing me the current parry axis, which is not what I'm interested in. Okay, so I don't want the maneuver to be there. Maybe more like here. There we go. So we'll re-enter the atmosphere somewhere around here. That's going to take 1,000 delta V. This is so... But we got fuel to waste. Let's waste some fuel, guys. So basically, when we get around here... Actually, I suppose that the parry is still fine, too. Worst case scenario, it circularizes. And then we keep burning after that. I suppose that's reasonable. Okay. So, quick save. Warp me to the parry. Got this. God, the orbit around Kerbal is getting so complicated. Ooh, science. Guess I was a little late on that one. Ice caps! Nice. Maybe a vanilla ice cap. Now that's in high orbit. Yeah, high orbit over the poles. We might get a low orbit on the other side. Or it might be inside the atmosphere. I'm hungry. I have not had any food today. No breakfast, no nothing. And it's currently 2 o'clock. We haven't taken a break either. Well, there's a slight break to reboot all the things. Okay. Face retrograde. And go for burn. It's a slow burn because we have less than 1 thrust to weight ratio. But we have tons of delta V. This is so inefficient. It would have been a thing to, like, if we could swing it, to just leave this fuel tank in orbit and provide it as a refueling for other ships later on. It's okay, it's only government money. Actually, it's this tourist money. They overpaid us, so we can do this. This is honestly enough delta V and, excuse me, enough life support that we might have been able to, like, make a swing at Duna. Well, we would have needed a little bit more life support. But we could potentially run a tourist mission to Duna with this design. Just, you know, maybe quadruple the life support. Inefficient burns. Doing things for the lulz. We'll see. We might be able to land right on there. Because if we are, we're going to be able to do a lot of science from the ground. It's going to be wonderful. Because we've never done anything from the poles before. We don't even have that much science from the space above the poles. Of course, you don't get much science from Kerbal in general, so landing on the poles and getting the science is going to get us maybe another 20 or 30 or something like that, tops. La 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 la. Burning fuel inefficiently. This is so ridiculous. I love it. Burn, 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 burn. I mean, if we got below like 500 at this point and I still wasn't suborbital, I'd just stop, wait till my apo, and then burn to drop my parry. But that's fine. It's fine. Still have 1600 delta V. Alrighty. And 34 days to our transfer window for Eve. Good. Okay, lots of delta V. Parry is now below 70k. So no matter what, we are coming home. What we'd like to do... Where's our parry? Oh, it's over there. Parry's going to come all the way around. What we'd like it is for the blue line to go suborbital somewhere around here. Now, we actually don't know what necessarily the heights will be. It'd be nice to be able to mouse over here and see what the orbit would be right there. Because, like, once the atmosphere hits, we're not going to land over here. Okay. That should be good. There's no way... Well, there's potentially a way. You know what? Let's do this. Make sure we literally can't overshoot. Because even if we went in completely ballistically, we'd still basically land in the tundra. But really, we're going to hit the atmosphere thickly right around here, and probably will land somewhere around there. I think that's probably decent. Alright, I like it. Boom, just gotta wait for all the graphics to come in as we change views. Quick save one more time. We are going to be surface retrograde is what we're looking for. Who's that? Dilfin, after the stream, go get a nice beer for you and your wife. Love from Denmark. Thank you very much, Dilfin. Actually, I haven't done that in a while. When was the last time I've just gone to, like, the pub or something? I wonder if there's any sport on the telly. Not that I really care about that. I wonder if there's any esports. Oh, there might be more PAX coverage. Because I like bringing my laptop. Like, I look funny, right? I go, the only place where you can plug in a laptop at the pub is, like, literally sitting at the bar. So I'm sitting at the bar with my laptop. Everyone else is, like, you know, talking sport and things. And I'm just, like, watching live streams and being a huge nerd. And I love it. What is this landscape over here? Is that, like, hilly tundra? I don't even know what that area is. We're not going to land there. We're going to land probably just short of it. But we'll see how it goes. All right. I guess we stage. I mean, we're clearly coming in. Let's do it. MechJeb should auto-retract our solar panels for us when we get in the atmosphere, which saves us a lot of clicking right now. Let's make sure our landing gear. Okay. Can deploy that way. Retract it for now as we re-enter. Let's go and close up our experiments. Now, I don't think they're physics enabled, so I don't think having them out is actually a problem for re-entry. But it looks dumb, so we don't want that. Okay, everything is sealed up nicely. Now, I've not done a landing with this design at all. For all we know, it's going to turn out that we don't have enough parachutes. We do have nice, like, sturdy landing gear, though, so that at least is good. Okay, I will time warp for now. As soon as we enter the atmosphere, it will stop time warping us. There it goes. And we're going to stay locked to surface prograde because, there we go, and the solar panels retract in automatically. Thank you very much. We're going to stay locked to surface prograde because surface prograde means our butt is facing into the air, which is what we want. And I can go ahead and deactivate this antenna as well, because that and this one here, because they would snap off. There we go. Good stuff. If we were properly aerodynamic, we wouldn't have to worry about, like, forcing the issue. Hello, Moon. But we are not, so we have to use our reaction wheels to encourage us to stay facing the right way. Okay, let's go into a little physics warp. Until we start seeing some heat effects, which, there we go, right on schedule. I think we're okay. I'll physics warp some more. It's always risky to do. I do have a quick save if, like, the physics kraken decides to shake us apart. But we're looking okay. Those are some pretty dramatic flames. We're not actually getting any real heat effects. Don't show me the electric charge, thank you. I'm looking for the ablator. Ablator is being ablated. Oh, we're getting some heat on something here. Are those on my landing gears? I think so. They are legit sticking out a bit. But, there we go, the heat things have gone away. Ooh, we're actually... Are we having trouble facing the right way? Yeah. These landing gears are really, really screwing up our aerodynamics of entry. They're getting hot, and they're causing a little bit of wobble. But, not enough to be a problem. Atmospheric pressure scan. Temperature scan. Transmit. Atmospheric pressure scan. Okay, transmit. Crew report. Transmit. I'm not going to EVA right now. Oh, our antennas aren't extended, so we'll have to try to transmit them again. Now, my drogues are over here. So they're on the next stage. We're just going to wait for it to say safe to deploy. Which should happen any time now. Risky, safe. Deploy the drogues. Excellent. And now it will be... It should be safe enough for us to activate our antennas. Or not! Apparently that's still too fast for that. Should have waited until all the chutes were deployed. I wonder if we can actually have got line of sight onto a satellite. And we do. The Maxwell 1. That's good. Activate and point to Maxwell 1. So we can review the crew report, transmit. Good. Review data. Transmit. I think we could probably EVA as well. EVA report. Actually, we'll wait until the chutes are fully deployed. Oh, we can just turn off the flight computer completely. Let the chutes do their thing properly. Speed is down below 50. Yeah, the chutes will fully deploy around 1,000. You know what? It's fine. Let's EVA. Oh, fuck! Ah! How come I don't have an RCS? I don't have a helmet on? Oh, you can't RCS here anymore? It's okay, we bounced! It's fine! Can we switch to the other ship? Yes! I love Kerbals! They're indestructible! Oh, that's fantastic! Okay, deploy the landing gear. I hope this dish doesn't snap off, and in fact it might. So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate that. Although, now I cannot control the ship anymore. There's no pilot. Not that there's anything to do. Wait, I can? Oh, it wasn't the pilot who EVA'd. Oh, alright. Well, that's alright. So yeah, I can force with the reaction wheels to land a little bit more straight up. Now land on top of him. Where is he? Can't even see him. He's out there somewhere. Another EVA report? No. Can I tell you at this point, actually, which would be really nice, to attempt to kill rotation. So you should keep this orientation. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Speed is good. All right, let's go ahead and time warp. Actually, hold on. Oh no, some people have said if you save now and reload, you might not have your chutes. So we'll do that. It's mostly I do that too in case there's some weird physics glitch that happens while I'm physics warping. Physics warping is very sketchy. Okay, 50 meters to go. Oh, there we go. Nice. You can stop trying to kill rotation. You can just land, settle yourself into the snow. Good. Let's see if we can deploy our dish. It'd be nice if we just had the pointy antenna, but activate this. Does it smash into the snow? Nope, we're good. Excellent. I guess we'll just keep this data here. Surface hydrogen scan. Very nice. That's one of our new scanners. Very excited to use that for the first time. It's only worth 1.8 science because we're on the planet. Of course, we know there's plenty of water here. So, whatever. We'll just transmit it. Doesn't make a difference whether we transmit or keep at this point because we're going to recover the ship in a moment. Goose starts to freeze. Telemetry. That's from our probes. You know, we'll just keep that. It's not worth much, but it's a thing. Keep that. Keep that. Crew report. Wish we brought our ice skates. Gravity scan. Graviolis are all huddled together and you can't get an accurate reading. Even they're freezing their butts out here. And now we'll EVA again. I'll actually intentionally EVA from the top. Those are my tourists. Hendrik! We will EVA with you. This is the while flying. See, you get to like, even though we're clearly not flying, this is going to count as flying for completing that. So we never had to eject. And then we'll EVA you again. Let go. And this technically has to be around. Hey, there's Out of Time right over there. We landed almost next to him. It's fantastic. So technically this counts as being on the surface, which doesn't make any sense, but all right, I'll take it. Different shades of white. Surface sample. This isn't really solid ground, is it? You got a sample, but fear to dig any deeper because of the startling cracking sounds the ice made. Try not to think back on how you landed here. Keep the data. Grab and board. Great. Let me quick save before switching ships. We're going to switch back to Out of Time over here. Hey, dude, how's it going? And I am going to recover him. He's going to get his own private helicopter ride back home because I can't actually climb back onto the ship. I can't believe how these Kerbals survive sometimes. Oh, it's amazing. Really, you know what? A lot of the components only have they have a maximum collision rating of 8 meters per second. What we should really do is pad the outside of our ship with Kerbals, because then they could land basically with a lot more delta V. It would be amazing. Let's switch back to here. Find our ship at the South Pole. Dun, 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 dun. Right here. Space bus. And recover the space bus. Boom. So it contained 53 science, but it transmitted a lot home. We got 48 grand from our part recovery, which is good. That's a quarter of the price of our ship by itself. Plus we recovered some of our side boosters. So a lot of the value got back. We did go in with way too much fuel, but whatever. Tourists are advancing in level, which doesn't matter, but also our people are advancing in level, which is nice. And we can just go back. And we've completed that mission. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back, we are going to try to build the ship that we will use to go to Eve. We actually might not have time to complete the whole thing in this live stream, though. We also get science from space around the moon. We can actually do that instantly. Science data from the surface of Minmus. We can do that instantly. Space around Minmus. We can do that. Tourism Plus. Jewel Grand Tour. Oh, wow. We are so accepting this. Wealthy tourists would like to do a tour of the moons of Jewel. He'll pay $5 million, of which, because of my contracts, we'll lose 1.6 million, but it's going to convert into an extra 137 science. Well, we're going to accept that. That sounds amazing. I've never been to Jewel. I've been to Duna. That was the one thing I've done so far, in the previous LP. Wow. And we have a lot of science. So, I still want to work my way up to these short-term and long-term habitations. So I'm going to unlock that. I was going to say unlock it right away. I guess it partially depends on what mission we want to run. I got to say, I'm partially thinking, here's the thing. Landing on Eve, which is what we're hoping to do, with a probe, is tricky in remote tech because there is a signal delay. Unless I turn that option off. What I could do is design a slightly more complicated mission where I actually it'll actually provide local control for my probes in that area, which means we won't get any latency, which means I could actually land a rover on Eve. The problem is I don't know what's involved in shipping that much stuff. And in fact, if I did, I'd probably actually need the more powerful engines, right? Very heavy rocketry and stuff over here. And I can't get all the things. But obviously, if I'm sticking a base in orbit around Eve, I'd probably want the sustainable stuff so that they can produce their own food, oxygen, water. Or just send them with a lot of supplies and get ready to, resupply them in a couple of years or something like that. That's a possibility. Nuclear engines, yeah, you get a lot of stuff. There's more science that you can unlock here, which gives us a drill, which is nice. Field science here, surface analyzer, atmospheric sensors, rover autopilot, which is a great and handy feature to have, surface scanning module, and big wheels. We could do the tourism mission first. I've never been to Jewel. Let's, hang on a sec. Hey, Kerbal Alarm Clock, when's the next transfer window from Kerbin to Jewel? 142 days. How hard could it be to send a couple of trees and veggies into space for food and oxygen? So what do we want to do, guys? Do we want to go to Eve, or do we want to go to Jewel? Moho is a possibility, too, although we can't air brake into Moho. I think what we're going to do is we're going to send an unmanned probe to Eve. I think that's going to be fine. I have a lot of money. Think it's time to upgrade the tracking station to detect asteroids. Actually, that's probably a good idea. Yes, let's upgrade the tracking station, so now it'll track asteroids for us, which I believe will give us a whole new set of missions. 255 parts is still a crazy amount. Same thing here. And then everything else is good. That's a good point. It will take a while to upgrade that. Jewel, Jewel, Eve. Eve, then Jewel. Eve first. Eve, then Jewel. Yeah, I think we're going to do Eve first. And what I think I'm going to try to do is just land a probe there. Just by itself. It's going to be the easiest mission. We will have signal delay. And I don't think I'll leave a satellite in orbit. I'm basically just going to aim for Eve and count purely on aerobraking to get us there. Okay. We're going to do Eve. So, Eve is basically Venus. And the big thing about it, it has an atmosphere, an insanely thick atmosphere. I also think its gravity might be higher, I'm not sure. But one of the things with Eve is it's almost impossible to leave once you land there. If you send some people there, they may never, ever, ever come back unless you come up with some pretty creative ship designs, basically. It takes an insane amount of Delta V to leave Eve. But an unmanned thing, we don't have to worry about it. It's also not going to be a rover because we're not going to have a proximity signal. We are literally just going to try to land something somewhere on Eve and have it beam back as much science as possible. So, starting from the top, obviously we're going to start with a probe core of some kind. Doesn't particularly matter which one we use. I don't know, the Octo 2, I suppose. And we're going to want a lot of science. We're going to want all the science. So let me grab, say, the quad core over here. I'm going to try to build something relatively slim. Something like that, and is that enough to fit all my science that I want? Like all these little wedges. The Gorsat, magnometer, multi-spectral imaging platform. Most of these can be transmitted for basically all their science. Not the mystery. I'm going to wait on the goo and get back to you. The goo and the material bay. That's the materials bay. Solar particle collector, which can transmit, not for a lot of value. So, we'll throw on one goo. And one science bay, materials bay. But ideally we'd want high Eve orbit. Oh, we're lagging. Dropping some packets. Sorry, guys. I know with packs going on, it's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to keep going here and hope that it clears up in a moment. Ideally, we'd like material and goo from high Eve space, low Eve space, high atmosphere, low atmosphere, and on the ground. Freaking hell. That's 5 different ones. That starts to become very, very heavy. A lot of science. Right now we have 1. I guess we could. I mean, oh wait. But we're not bringing it back. We'd be transmitting a bunch of incomplete science. The lag is annoying here. Is that at my end? Speed test. Let us run a speed test. Mm-hmm. 4 millisecond ping time. 50 megs down. 20 megs up. No, my internet's perfectly fine. It is Twitch.